Battle of Ain Jalut, fought on September 3, 1260, stands as one of the most consequential confrontations in medieval history. It marked the first significant defeat of the Mongol Empire, a force that had swept across Asia and the Middle East with unprecedented ferocity. The battle unfolded in the Jezreel Valley of Palestine and was a clash of empires that would reshape the balance of power in the region. As the Mongols, under the command of Qutuz, advanced with their formidable coalition, they faced the determined resistance of the Mamluk Sultanate, led by Sultan Qutuz and his strategic lieutenant, Baibars. Background: when Genghis Khan became Great Khan in 1251, he immediately aimed to fulfill Genghis Khan's vision of a world empire by appointing his brother, Hulagu Khan, to subdue the nations in the west. After 5 years of preparation, Hulagu began his invasions in 1256 from the Mongol base in Persia, following Mongol's directive to treat those who surrendered peacefully well and destroy those who resisted. Hulagu's campaign led to the conquest of the Assassins in Persia, the Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad, and the Ayyubid dynasty in Damascus, with his forces augmented by allies such as Cilician Armenians and Frankish troops from Antioch. Mongol invasion of the Crusader states. The Mongols sought to form a Franco-Mongol alliance, or at least secure the submission of the remnants of the Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem, centered in Acre, but Pope Alexander IV had forbidden such an alliance. Tensions rose further when Julian of Sidon instigated an incident, leading to the death of one of the Qutuz's grandsons, prompting Qutuz to sack Sidon. The barons of Acre and other Crusader outposts, contacted by the Mongols, were also approached by the Mamluks and sought military assistance against the Mongols. Despite their traditional enmity, the barons of Acre chose to maintain a cautious neutrality, allowing the Egyptian Mamluk to pass through the Crusader states and resupply near Acre. When news reached them that the Mongols had crossed the Jordan River, Sultan Qutuz and his forces advanced southeast to spring of the Ain Jalut in the Jezreel Valley. Battle. The Battle of Ain Jalut began with the Mongols advancing, bolstered by troops from the Kingdom of Georgia and around 500 soldiers from the Armenian Kingdom of Sicilia, both of which had submitted to Mongol rule. The Mamluks, led by Sultan Qutuz, used their superior knowledge of the terrain to their advantage by concealing the bulk of their forces in the highlands while baiting the Mongols with a smaller contingent under Baibars. For hours, Baibars employed hit-and-run tactics to wear down the Mongols. When the Mongols launched another heavy assault, Baibars feigned a final retreat to lure them into an ambush in the highlands. Qutuz, the Mongol leader, mistakenly pursued the fleeing Mamluks, leading its troops into the Mamluks' trap. As the Mongols were surrounded and attacked from all sides, the battle saw intense fighting. Qutuz, observing the near destruction of the Mamluk left wing, removed his helmet and fervently called upon Allah for victory. His rallying cry reinvigorated his troops, who pressed the advantage and pushed the Mongols back. Despite a temporary Mongol counterattack, the Mamluks maintained their geographic and psychological edge, leading to the eventual defeat and death of Qutuz and the remaining Mongol forces in the region. Aftermath. After the pivotal defeat at the Ain Jalut, Hulagu Khan ordered the execution of the last Ayyubid emir, Nasir Yusuf, and his brother, who were in captivity. Despite this, the Mamluks quickly seized Damascus with 5 days and Aleppo within a month. On his return to Cairo, Sultan Qutuz was assassinated by a conspiracy led by Baibars, who succeeded him as a sultan. Baibars' forces also defeated another Mongol army of 6,000 at Homs, effectively ending the first Mongol expedition into Syria. Under Baibars, the Mamluks would eventually capture the last Crusader states in the Holy Land by 1291. Hulagu Khan faced internal conflict that prevented him from fully avenging the defeat at Ain Jalut. Berke Khan of the Golden Horde, a Muslim who disapproved of Hulagu's destruction of Baghdad, protested against the attack and sought to hold Hulagu accountable. The Mamluks, aware of the Berke's discontent, cultivated their relationship with his Kante. In December 1260, Hulagu sent a small force to Aleppo, which managed to inflict casualties, but ultimately failed to make significant progress and had to retreat. Following Kublai's succession at the Great Khan, Hulagu returned to his lands in 1262 and prepared for a renewed attack on the Mamluks. However, Berke Khan's raids drew Hulagu north, leading to his defeat in the Caucasus in 1263. Hulagu died in 1265 and was succeeded by his son Abbaq. The Mongols faced repeated defeats by the Mamluks in subsequent battles and never returned to Syria, marking the end of their attempts to conquer the region. Legacy. The Battle of Ain Jalut has been heralded by historians as a landmark event, marking the first significant defeat of the Mongols and halting their advance permanently. This battle has been extensively analyzed from various perspectives due to the diverse sources available in different languages. Some Arabic military treatises from the 14th century suggest that the Mamluk used hand cannons at Ain Jalut, potentially making it the earliest record use of such weaponry. However, this claim is disputed by other historians. They argue that the Mongols introduced gunpowder to the Islamic world, with cannons only appearing in Mamluk Egypt in the late 14th century. Historians like David Aylan, Iqtidar Alam Khan, and Joseph Nedam suggests that the term media, which refers to early gunpowder weapons, was not used for true handguns or cannons until the 14th century. Nedam, in particular, notes that the early references to fire lances or photo guns in the Islamic world did not confirm the presence of the metal barrel cannons until later. Additionally, recent research posits that a climate anomaly caused by the eruption of the Salamas volcano shortly before the battle might have impacted the Mongols' ability to sustain their campaign, contributing to the Mamluks' victory. Modern. In the modern era, the significance of the Battle of Ain Jalut is reflected in naming of one of the original brigades of the Palestine Liberation Army as Ain Jalut in honor of the historic victory. In July 1970, Yasser Arafat invoked the legacy of the battle, drawing a parallel between the defeat of the Mongols at Ain Jalut and the contemporary struggle. He emphasized the symbolic importance of the battle by highlighting how the Mongols, after having swept away the Abbasid Caliphate, faced defeat in the same region where Palestinians were then fighting against Zionists, thereby reinforcing the battle's enduring relevance as a symbol of resistance and triumph. The Battle of Ain Jalut stands as a defining moment in history, marking the first major defeat of the Mongol Empire and halting its westward expansion. The Mamluks' victory at Ain Jalut not only safeguarded the Middle Eastern territories from further Mongol conquest, but also altered the course of the regional and global history. This pivotal battle demonstrated the effectiveness of strategic terrain use and the battlefield tactics, with the Mamluk exploiting their knowledge of the landscape to outmaneuver the Mongol forces. The aftermath saw a swift consolidation of Mamluk power in the region, effectively ending the Mongol incursions into Syria and solidifying the Mamluk Sultanate's dominance. The legacy of Ain Jalut endures through its profound impact on historic military strategies and its symbolic representation in modern times as a beacon of resistance and triumph against the overwhelming odds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts and keep the conversation going.